Dear brothers and sisters in Christ, good morning, happy Tuesday. Today, Tuesday, October 4, Tuesday of the 27th week in Ordinary Time. Today is the memorial of St. Francis of Assisi, one of the most popular and famous saints in the Church. He's also one of my favorite saints. St. Francis is usually associated with animals. He did indeed love animals, but he loved animals because, first and foremost, he loved God. And as a consequence, he loved all these creatures. And he looked at everything as a gift from God. But the real secret of Francis, and the real reason why Francis is so fascinated as a person, as a saint, so popular, is not so much because of animals, but because of something else, which is related to the Gospel of today. The Gospel of today it contains a short dialogue between Jesus and his friend Martha. Martha and her sister Mary had invited Jesus for dinner, and Martha was busy getting ready for dinner, cooking and setting the table and so forth. So at a certain point she had an outburst and she complained with Jesus, saying, "Lord, don't you care that my sister is not helping me?" Because Mary was just sitting next to Jesus and listening to him. "Tell her to help me." So at this point Jesus replied to her, "Martha, Martha, you are anxious and worried about many things. There is need of only one thing. Mary has chosen a better part, and it will not be taken from her." We, like Martha, at times are anxious and worried about many things. But Jesus said there is need of only one thing. What is this one thing that's necessary? It's Jesus himself. It's Jesus' life, the divine life that he came to bring into this world. It's Jesus' grace. It's following Jesus. That's the only necessary thing. Following Jesus and partaking in this divine life that he came to bring into this world. And this is what Jesus told Martha. But this is the secret that St. Francis found in his life. He found this new life that Jesus came to bring into this world. Think of St. Francis. He was a wealthy man. He was the son of a very wealthy merchant. Was very popular in Assisi. He wanted to be a soldier and become famous. But then he realized that all his dreams and all also his cravings, he was also probably a womanizer, everything was kind of empty. Everything kind of left him unsatisfied, dissatisfied. And so he had a conversion and he found this precious pearl, this great treasure, to be with Jesus, most important than anything else, to a point that Francis said to his father, "Dad, I just give up everything. I'm giving up my possessions, even my clothes. I don't want to be called your son anymore. You have no obligations towards me." And so he gave up everything. He also took off his clothes and put on a sackcloth. And he went around poor but happy. And that's the secret. What made Francis so happy? To a point that thousands of young men in Assisi and in Italy, in Europe, started to follow Francis. Thousands of young men and then young women followed St. Clare. They were giving up their possessions, selling everything, giving to the poor, and following a poor man, a beggar. Francis was going around begging for food. What was the secret? What did they see so beautiful in Francis? They saw the love that Francis had for Jesus. Ultimately, Francis was someone who was in love with Jesus. And we can understand Francis if we think of someone who is in love with someone else. And so Francis didn't care about anything else. He just cared about being with Jesus. He wanted to be with Jesus, and that was enough for him. That was the source of his happiness. There is an episode taken from the life of St. Francis, in which Francis and his companion brother Massio, they went around begging for food. They were begging for food, and they came back just with a few pieces of bread. And so they put all the bread on a stone next to a little stream. And Francis, seeing that piece of bread on the stone, said, "Oh, Brother Massio, we are not worthy of this great treasure." At this point, Brother Massio said, "Father, how can you say that this is a treasure? What do you say so? It's a treasure. I only see poverty and lack of everything. We don't have a table, don't have a tablecloth, a knife, a dish. Nothing, just this stale bread. But Francis answered, saying, "This is indeed the reason why I count it a great treasure, because man has had no hand on it, but it has been given to us by divine providence." So Francis said, "This is a treasure because God has given it to us. It came from God because we didn't contribute to it. No man had part of it. It just came from God. Pure providence, pure gift from God." And that's the secret of St. Francis. He looked at everything as a gift from God. So let us learn from St. Francis to look at everything we have, everything we do, everything we receive as a gift from God. Take care, God bless.